Shut her down. I don't care. I say shut her down. Let me get this straight. Democrats in the Senate are willing to shut down the government and have American citizens lose their jobs over illegals having free health care. Do I have that correct? Listen, my brother is 63 years old. He's worked his ass off since he was old enough to work, and he has never had health care. He's never been able to afford it on his own, and he's never been offered it free. Never. There are American citizens living on the streets in this country, and y'all want to shut down the government so that people that are here illegally can have free health care. You guys will never win another election. You're not going to. You're absolutely not going to win another election if this is the kind of crap y'all are going to pull. So we as American citizens say, and we are the majority, don't forget, shut her down. We don't care. P.S. Hannah Brown is up to 925,000 followers. Just a few shy of before y'all try to cancel her. Sorry, not sorry. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today is 1st October and US government want to go for a lockdown. And honestly, this is not just about safety or protecting people. It is about how badly this system has failed us. So every time you hear a crisis, who suffer the most? It's not the billionaires, it's not the politicians, it's regular people like me and you workers, poor families, immigrants who live paycheck to paycheck. Lockdown sounds simple, but when the government doesn't provide enough support, it's basically telling people you are on your own. Lockdowns only work if the government guarantees people survival. That means rent freeze, food security, health care, and fair wages for essential workers. Otherwise, this lockdown isn't about protecting lives. It's about protecting the system while the working class is left to carry their burdens. So don't let the politicians spin this as them being responsible if they really cared about responsibilities. They won't take care of the people first, not Wall Street. And until then, any lockdown without justice is just another reminder that this government works for rich and not for me and you.
So we're 3 hours shy of a government shutdown. The last government shutdown happened in 2018. And guess who was our president? President Donald Trump. Yes, he let the government shut down for 35 days because they refused to fund the Mexico border wall, which really never got completed. And the reason Donald Trump is going to allow the government to shut down, because he doesn't want to fund Medicaid. Yep, health care is not for all. People under Obamacare's premiums are about to shoot the fuck up. Some of them almost 114%. And right now, the Democrats are trying to hold the line so we can get this back on track and Medicaid can be funded again. Now, when the government shuts down, essential workers won't have jobs. Federal workers, y'all be working for free. So don't go to the airport. Oh, and all you National Guard in Portland, y'all ain't getting paid either. SNAP and WIC are in jeopardy. And so is Section 8 housing. Head Start will also be in jeopardy. And so much more. It's crazy that Democrats have to go this far in order to save Medicaid, when Medicaid should have never been on the chopping block. And if Trump has his way, Medicaid will be gone. That was a part of that big, beautiful bill everybody was talking about was so fucking great. I have a question. Are we great yet?
Oh, well, if we have this shutdown, it's because of AOC. Well, if that's the case, my office is open and you are free to walk in and negotiate with me directly. Because what I'm not going to do is tolerate 4 million uninsured Americans because Donald Trump decided one day that he wants to just make sure that kids are dying because they don't have access to insurance. That's what's not going to happen. And so if those senators think that we're having a shutdown because of me, they're free to enter my office and negotiate, because what we're not going to do is allow all of millions of people in this country to not be able to afford their insulin and their chemotherapy. So come strike a deal with me if that's what they really think is going on.
This is everything you need to know about the government shutdown. When the clock strikes 12 a.m. on October 1st, the United States federal government will literally shut down. Employees and contractors will not be getting paid. There will no longer be any releases of any economic data. This includes big reports like CPI and PPI, and most importantly, no jobs numbers. And the shutdown is expected to last 6 days until Monday, October 6th. But if this were to get extended, that would be very bad. Analysts are expecting for every week that the government is shut down for the GDP to be reduced by 0.1%. In my opinion, this would be very bearish for the markets if it were to last longer than 1 week. Not to mention that the United States has not seen a government shutdown since 2013. I expect the market to be extremely volatile, so make sure to be on high alert. For day traders, this volatility could be a dream, but for long-term investors, we need to be very aware. We are just hours away from this shutdown. Let me know in the comments how long you think this is going to last.
Donald Trump just admitted on camera that he's going to use this government shutdown not as a tool for negotiation, but as a weapon against the American people. He is fighting extremely hard to put more money in the billionaires' pockets. Check this out.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. And you all know Russell Vought. He's become very popular recently.
It's very interesting that he would decide to bring up Russell Vought. That guy's the current director of the Office of Management and Budget. Of course, he is a key author of Project 2025, which all the Republicans called the Democrats crazy conspiracy theorists for talking about. Right after that clip, he says that Russell Vought knows how to cut a budget better than anybody else. He's made it very clear this is not about fiscal policy or responsible governance. He is telling us that he will use this government shutdown to intentionally hurt innocent people. That means cutting benefits, cutting programs, and cutting healthcare, not because it's necessary, but because he wants to use that as leverage. When a president talks about cutting large numbers of people from their medical benefits during a shutdown, he's not just playing politics, he's playing with people's lives. For seniors, veterans, working families, and children, these programs are not luxuries, they are survival. A government shutdown is not caused by ordinary Americans, it's caused by a dysfunction in Congress. Republicans want to pass a spending bill that will take away money from ordinary Americans so they can give more money to the rich people. And Donald Trump's saying, it doesn't matter if you guys vote to pass this bill or not, I'm going to do it anyway.
And you know what pisses me off the most? The government be acting broker than our mamas after Christmas break. But always got their fucking hand out looking for something. They be handing out the biggest tax cuts, and then we'll turn around and tell the average American citizen that they broke as shit. Oh, we gotta shut down. You better go call Elon and them. You better go call Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry. Get them all of that. Call them all. You better go call them. I don't know what the fuck you want us to do. You gave them the biggest tax breaks. You knew that shit wasn't coming back to them. And that ROI wasn't going to be immediate. Because when you gave the tax breaks, the economy was already in shitty condition. Now you looking at us. We got churches over here asking for $800,000 in donations. I'm sitting here looking like, well, damn. I only needed $50,000 to get my news station up off the ground, and I was feeling a little off or a little bad for accident donations. Then I thought about it. The government quite literally has not stopped asking for donations since they've ever existed. In fact, they were so audacious that they started asking MAGA for donations to help cover the trillions of dollars of worth of debt. They kept asking MAGA this year to help cover the trillions of dollars worth of debt in the American economy. And my question is, if there's trillions of dollars worth of debt, what the fuck gives you the right to measure my income to debt ratio? I want to know. Because it sounds to me like you giving tax breaks and shit, knowing you ain't fucking got it. Then you turn around looking at us like we got something to get a fuck up. Like shit wasn't already stretched thin. Like we wasn't already robbing Peter to pay motherfucking Paul. Like we wasn't already trying to stretch $1 and to try to make $1 out of 15 cents. You handing out tax breaks left and right. You get a tax break, you get a tax break, you get a tax break, and trying to squeeze the middle class as if there was any money there to begin with. That's why they call it the middle class. It's only some there. It ain't a lot. And y'all still got y'all hand out. You better go ask Elon. They over there jumping for joy every other day about the investments that they got. JD Vance, don't he own Rumble? $26 billion in share, or $26 million in shares of Rumble. Don't he also own that company that just swiped them farms from up underneath them farmers, 7th generation of farms? Don't he also did he co-found that company? Ain't they making money up off that shit? The company that JD Vance co-owns that provides funding to Rumble is a funding company. It's not just no regular old company. It's a funding company. And then y'all just make like $55 billion off of the selling of EA Sports? If you don't get the fuck out my face asking me for some goddamn money. Like you ain't just spent over 2 years handing us your ass to kiss when we told you to stop sending our money up overseas. I ain't got it. You better go turn one of them billionaires upside down. Shake their pockets out. Y'all celebrities at the top that's been getting in nefarious shit over these years, Kardashians, you know I'm talking to you. You better get your affairs in order, get them ducks in a row, baby. Because once they realize we ain't got it, where you think they come to get it from? It ain't from our couch cushions, I can guarantee you that.
Donald Trump just made numerous stunning admissions about the government shutdown that's about to take place when he held a press conference in the Oval Office. Donald Trump stated that he intends to use the government shutdown in order to harm people medically and destroy the lives of people in the government. It's in his own words. Let me play the clip for you right now. Here, let's play it.
I told you we have $17 trillion being invested. So the last person that wants to shut down is us. Now, with that being said, we can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. And you all know Russell Vogt. He's become very popular recently because he can trim the budget to a level that you couldn't do any other way. So they're taking a risk by having a shutdown because of the shutdown, we can do things medically and other ways, including benefits. We can cut large numbers of people out. We don't want to do that, but we don't want fraud, waste, and abuse. And, we're cutting that. But
now, the Democrats all showed up to the House of Representatives today. You see right here in the House chambers, all Democrats, notably missing right here, all Republicans. No Republicans showed up to the House of Representatives on the day before a government shutdown because Donald Trump and MAGA Mike ordered that these Republicans not show up. Horrific. Democrats are there to work. Then Donald Trump is asked a question by a reporter who finally pushes back. And the reporter says, look, people who are not here lawfully, undocumented migrants, they're not eligible for health care subsidies. So why do you keep saying that Democrats are trying to get them subsidies when they're not even allowed to have the subsidies? And Democrats are saying, no, they're not allowed to have the subsidies. That's not what this is about. It's about extending the tax credits for American citizens who are about to see their monthly premiums increase significantly. You'll see that Donald Trump just vomits out a bunch of word salad right here because he doesn't have the answer. And by the way, this is why he didn't want his meeting with Democratic leaders Jeffries and Schumer on tape. Here, play this clip.
time for that.
You're not eligible for the health care subsidies that Democrats are demanding. So can you clarify, what are you talking about when you say Democrats want to protect their health care?
So when an illegal person comes in, a person who came into our country illegally, therefore breaking the law. And look, we all have big hearts. I have a bigger heart than you do. They're all breaking the law and they're coming into our country. And we just, as a country, cannot afford to take care of millions of people who have broken the law coming in. We want them to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally. Now we have a strong border, very strong border, thanks to Christie and Tom Homan and the whole group. They've done an amazing job at the border. I mean, we had a border that was reckless. We had a border that was a disaster. They were coming in by the millions. I say 25 million people. You're saying less, but I say 25 million people came in illegally.
First of all, the idea that government shutdown doesn't matter is just wrong. When the government shuts down, it's not the rich who suffer. They have got money saved, private schools and private doctors. It's working class families, everyday people who get hurt. Think about it. Federal workers don't get paid. Families who rely on food assistance or housing programs are left hanging. Public services like health educations and even disaster relief are delayed or cut off. And who does that hurt most? The middle class people, not the billionaires who are cheering in the background. And here is the truth. Politicians who push for shutdown usually still get their paycheck. They are playing political games while families are deciding between rent or groceries. That's not strength, that is cruelty. And that's the truth. A shutdown isn't about saving money. It isn't about freedom. It is about power. Power for the rich, pain for the poor. Why politicians play games in Washington? It's working people who go hungry. It's families who missed paychecks. And kids who suffer the most. We have to stand together, demand accountability, and make sure government works for the people, not against us. Because in the end, solidarity is stronger than greed. Thanks for watching. If you find this breakdown useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Together we can fight back against this cruelty and win.